If you want to buy cheap Ultimate Team coins, go and check out MMOPO.com and use the discount code EGHD at the checkout to get yourself 8% off your order. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I thought I'd actually break down something that I've been meaning to break down for a while. So I was going to do an episode of the Road to Glory. Obviously, we are on the Road to Glory account. Now, something that I haven't really done in this Road to Glory is really grind the menus so much in terms of, like, you know, completing League SBCs, getting rewards, and just, you know, the whole grinding process of this. I actually started the Road to Glory with an hour clock every day, so I wanted to put as much game time in as possible. So today we're going to be covering 2 of the League SBCs, except we're actually going to be focusing on one of them mostly. So if we go to the player section, we do have CONMEBOL Sudamericana and Libertadores. The one that I've really, like, you know, honed in on the most is the Libertadores, mostly because it's the easiest, I think, to complete, because there's only 9 squads compared to 10, so there's more players to, you know, keep in mind basically when you're doing the Sudamericana, although it's not much legwork, to be honest with you. They're both quite simple, but we're going to be, everything that you learn from this one can be transferred over to this. Now, the main reason why I feel like a lot of people don't really want to do this is because of the search criteria on this platform, or on console basically. So if you don't know, if you go onto the web app, you can actually search for specifically the CONMEBOL League. So it's going to give you all of these special cards. Now, I've actually got a cool CONMEBOL squad here because I'm completing the Icon Swaps challenge. I've left it till really late. I just didn't need the token because I completed the Prime Icon pack. I only needed 9 tokens, so I've left this one to last. But yeah, so if you wanted to go and search for any of these players, you would have to basically, if you put in special, it won't pop up. It will only pop up with informs, or, you know, like, you know, the special brownie coloured cards. So first things first, actually, before we get into this, because it's going to be a how to complete this as fast as possible, as cheaply as possible, and just generally as effectively as possible. And that's quite a lot of key words there. But the first thing to note is this card design here with the stripes going upwards, you know, like a little bit of a curve on them. This is the Libertadores. So if you want to I recommend focusing on one of the leagues specifically and getting that correct, and then maybe moving on to the next one, because it can be quite confusing, especially if you haven't done this yet and then you look at this, then you've got the stars or the dotted effect. I like to call it the Rolls Royce effect. If you've seen the inside of a Rolls, they have the really expensive thing on the ceiling. So that's what I relate that to. Now, if we go to the squad selector, the best way to do this and to avoid any of the search problems is to go ahead and build yourself a concept squad. And what I've done, as we already, you know, figured out, we have 9 squads for the Libertadores, and what you can do is actually sort them into groups. So I've done, you know, the group stage and the first, second, and third for this. So 4 different squads I complete, and I always use pretty much the same batch of players. You can see I've bought a lot of players here. We'll go over that in a second. I've kind of prepared for this episode, and I'll also talk to you about the best time to complete this, because there are bad points, especially through night time when you don't get a lot of silver supply and also bronze supply. That's a really bad time to do this. The best time is generally about 6 till 7 p.m, especially if there's a new SBC that comes out and the reward is a pack, which is like, you know, a mixed players pack where it's got some bronze, some silver, some gold. People tend to pack like a Libertadores player, CONMEBOL player, and they just list them up for, you know, undercutting someone else, which we'll get into in a second. So as you can see, we've got a concept, you know, a whole squad of concepts here. So I haven't just filled out all the positions. We've gone through the bench as well. You can see I've got a fair few strikers here, and the reason why is because if we just have a look at the name for this a second, I've called it Group 1, 2, 3. So if we go ahead to the CONMEBOL Libertadores, it should be my favourites. There you go. So this will literally cover, that concept squad will cover all of these SBCs. Now you can see the only difference here really is the player quality is max silver for all 4 of these. The minimum rating for the squad starts at 60, then 62, and then 64, and then 66. So if we go back to my concept squad, you'll notice that there are no players that are over 74 rated, because once you become a 75 rated, you become a gold. Therefore, that player is completely pointless for this SBC. And generally speaking, you know, you're going to achieve a minimum of a 60 and a minimum of a 66 rated squad by using the combination of all these players. Now, obviously, what you can do, guys, is pause the screen, have a look at the players I've used. But what I do recommend is going on to, say, FUT, and I'll give you an example if we just pause it for a second there. So actually, let me give you a quick example. So let's say, for example, right, you wanted to go and get a Tevez off the market. You wanted his the CONMEBOL item, because that's what you need to, you know, complete the challenge. If you search with no search criteria quality, you're going to get all of his cards pop up. You've got his Libertadores CONMEBOL cards, you've got his Inform, you should have his gold card, there it is, and you should probably get his other special card as well, this one here. Now that's annoying because if you're specifically trying to search this and you put in a max buy now of like 1,000 coins or 500 coins, then what you're going to get is not what you want. So like if I search this, for example, to be fair, that's actually really, that has worked, but it doesn't work with all the cards, especially silvers, right? But if you go to player quality special, and then just bump that up for a second, obviously nothing pops up because the CONMEBOL cards don't actually show up as special, and that's the problem. That's why it's hard to do this, and that's why you need to be building yourself a concept squad. So if you go to this concept squad, the reason why it's quicker is because if you go and search, you can literally bump in, let's say we put in like 1,000 and see if there's any on the market. You can see there 650 is actually a very good price. So if we buy that for 650, bang, done. And the reason I've gone for this formation, and I've also gone for left mids, right mids, a lot of the some of the formations don't actually need left mids and right mids. What I'll do before I complete these is actually go to the one I need to complete. So let's say I am going to do the first one. I'll go into the first stage and I'll see which formation it is. So you can see here we actually do need left mids and right mids, but I don't need left backs and right backs. But the thing is, because you're going to be getting everybody on full chemistry, you can probably put a left back as a centre back and play him on 5, well, get 5 chemistry and still get 95 overall. So that's how we're going to complete that. Then for the second squad, you'd have a look at the formation again, and then when you're building this, you know that there's no point in buying right mids or left mids that you put into the concept squad, so you need to focus more on the cams, CDMs, and centre mids. And the good thing is you've got 2 centre mids, so if you buy a cam, or let's say you buy 2 cams, you can play one in obviously the cam position, then you can play one as a centre mid. You're still going to get, I think, 8 chemistry or 9 chemistry. So that's the whole purpose of the concept squads. And what this means is you're able to complete this very, very quickly. You're able to go from one player to the next, because let's say we have a look at these players, right? If you type in Ramos in the search, you're going to get a bunch of players pop up with the same name as Ramos. You're going to need to search in, I think it's Luis Ramos, no, Adrian Ramos, right? So a lot of these players, because they're so low rated, are very hard to find in the search results. So go ahead, build yourself concept squads, and as we already mentioned, the best way to do it is to go onto FUTbin. So I've got FUTbin up here, and as we said, let's go for Tevez really quickly. And he's popped up here. What you do is you go to SAF and then you go to per position. So let's say we're looking for centre backs that are going to be Libertadores. What we're looking for now is the stripy background. So you can see here, this guy is, this guy is, this guy is. These players aren't, so these are to do with the Sudamericanas. So what you want to do is go to the concept squads and just manually put in all of these players, add them to the squad, save the squad as a concept squad, and then you can complete the first 4 very, very simply. But something I want to cover quickly, which we haven't, I should have actually spoke about it right at the start, is generally the cost of this SBC. So ignore FUTbin, ignore FUThead, ignore any kind of pricing website for how much this costs. It fluctuates so much, as we already briefly mentioned about the time of the day, because you know, golds constantly are getting supplies. People always opening gold packs. People just do, you know, if they put on FIFA points, more than 9 times out of 10, like 99 times out of 10, people are opening gold packs. So you're always getting supply. Whereas with silvers and bronzes, which most of these CONMEBOL players are, it's best to do around, you know, 6 or 7 PM when there's new players out. So the total cost for this squad should come to, let's say you go to rush this SBC, you're going to probably pay roughly about 1,000 coins for each player. It depends on which platform you're on. I think Xbox gets a lot of supplies, so it's going to be even cheaper. PS4 is going to be slightly more expensive, and then PC is going to be a bit more expensive than that. So let's just say, for easy maths sake, now you probably can do it cheaper if you wanted to rush it, but let's say every player on average is 1,000 coins. That means you've got 11 players in each squad. That equals 11,000 coins to complete one squad. There's 9 squads to complete, so 9 times 11,000 equals 99,000. So let's just round that up to 100,000 coins. So to complete this CONMEBOL Libertadores SBC, you're paying 100,000 coins. You're going to get all the packs for it, and you're going to get an 88 rated pick. Now, the 88 rated pick is the main reason why you're doing this, because this right now, especially right now, the market is crazy. You know, just for reference, to complete, if you wanted to pay for the mid icon SBC, it would set you back about 650 to 700,000 coins. When it was first released, it was 450 to 500,000 coins, and when it was first released, everybody thought it was expensive then. But because of all these SBCs, the FUT birthday party bag SBC, they were released at like 150. Now they're 200k. So like the prices of these 86s, 87s, 88s, 89s, they're just through the roof right now. So completing this, You're spending 100,000 coins to get 9 packs in return, and you're going to get an 88 rated player. And to be honest with you, Lopez and Perez are some very good picks to use if you wanted to use them in the weekend league, or even just keep them in your club. You don't have to go out and spend them or put them into an SBC straight away. But if you guys want to complete like a play moment Sandro, play moments Ramos, you know those big players basically, or the mid icon SBC, these are obviously perfect for that because they're going to get good chemistry going from a. You can even play Perez as a centre back with Lopez to get full chemistry. Like, it's so easy to build squads, especially when you're looking at an 88 rated squad. Usually they're like low chemistry needed, so that's very good. But as we said, there's 9 packs in return. Now a lot of the packs are going to be silver packs, which at first you might think, before completing this, or if you haven't done much SBC grinding before, you think, oh, that's pretty bad. But in these silver packs, you usually pack 1, 2 or 3 players that are worth minimum 1,500 or up to like 2,000 or 3,000 coins, and sometimes even like 5,000 or 6,000 coins. So out of these 9 packs, I would say on average you're going to get 3,000 to 5,000 coins back. So if you do the maths on that, so 9 times 3,000, that's 27,000 coins, or 9 times 5,000 coins is 45,000 coins. So if you add the rewards for the pack, let's just say a general number of 30 to 45,000 coins, plus your 88 rated player, which is an instant return in value because you have to put them into an SBC to get that value back. But you're looking at roughly about 85,000 coins in return if you hit the baseline if you hit an absolute minimum of an average pack. Now, at any point in time, you could go and pack yourself an 88 rated player. You could get an 88 rated goalkeeper, Courtois, because that's, for some reason, I don't know why, like if you get a pack given to you from season rewards, and it's, let's say for example it's a rare Electrum players pack from season rewards, I find that they're really bad, especially the untradeable ones. But because these are tradable and these come from the league SBCs, I just find that people get the luckiest out of these packs. I'm pretty sure there are different pack odds to do with these, not just CONMEBOL League SBCs, but all of the League SBCs. You see people get crazy packs from them. There's loads of content creators out there that grind these, and the luck they get is just through the roof, right? So in short, as we just said, if you complete, this SBC paying 1,000 coins for every player, you're going to come roughly out to break even with the odds of, opportunity of packing someone worth more, and you're also going to stock in 88 rated players into your club, which you could actually use because they're very good players. But if you actually waited, and this is the way that you've got to do it, the cheapest and most effectively, what you should be doing is not rushing, not trying to complete it as quickly as possible. What you should be doing is, either if you're playing weekend league, if you're playing rivals, if you're playing squad battles, go back into your squads, go to your concept squad. So let's go to a different concept squad, for example, because I think right now is a good time to actually buy some stuff. So if we go to, not the Argentinian one, if we go to I've called this 16 and final because it's for the last 16 and the final. And then this one is for the semi-final and the quarterfinals. And the reason why they're different is just, I think, to do with formations and different players, different ratings and stuff. So let's have a quick look at how I would go about this if I'm trying to do this for as cheap as possible. Because, as we said, we don't want to rush this. We want to try and shave off a little bit of coins, because if we've got to complete 9 squads, if we can, instead of paying 1,000 coins, let's try and pay 600 coins or 700 coins for these players. So let's see how much he's going for right now. So there's actually quite a lot of supply, as expected. So if you put in 650, you can actually pick him up for 650. I'm going to do that. I think that's a pretty good price. So yeah, let's have a look at Marcone, and see how much he's going for. So there's some there for 1,000. I wouldn't say that's a particularly good deal, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so we're going to do this as cheaply as possible. We're going to come back to these after a game of rivals, after a game of FUT Champions, depending on what time of the week it is, and we're going to try and get some deals. So there's one for 850 there. I think we can do better. As you can see, there's quite a lot there for 1,000 coins. Now what happens is, people will open packs and they won't necessarily want to complete this CONMEBOL SBC, so they'll go and compare price. Then they'll go and compare price, and they'll have a look and they'll say, okay, one's listed for 950, one's listed for 1,000, one's for 850. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll list mine for 750, or I'll list mine for 700. I just want people to buy my player. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to wait for these moments where all of a sudden, this player, in an hour's time, they might not even be any under 1,000 coins. It's just because that's the way pack luck happens. Loads get packed in a certain time span. So we're going to keep checking some of these players to see if we can pick some up. I've picked this guy up multiple times for like 500 or 600 coins. So I know that's, there's no point in trying to search for more than 1,000. Lopez, multiple times I've bought it for 1,500 coins when I first was doing this SBC, because I didn't actually have a good idea of how much certain players cost. So I know that buying him for 950 is actually not too bad, but we're going to leave it for now just in case. Let's have a look at the other centre-backs because they're all going to get us the most chemistry. So there you go, 900 coins for him. That's pretty good. We're going to keep that in mind as well. So 850, I know that's a good deal. I know it's a good deal for a 78 rated. Let's keep going with some centre-backs and cover that first. We'll get 2 centre-backs because all formations need at least 2 centre-backs and see what's good here. So 950 there. And have we got any more centre-backs? No. So this is basically the best approach. Now, when it comes to positions like a left-back or a right-back, these are the positions which I find get price fixed a little bit more often. So here's one for 950 for a left-back. Let's find the other left-back. I'm pretty sure I've got one there. It is Fabra. And let's see how much he is. So many times I've gone to do this. There'll be multiple listed for like 600 coins for him. And there'll be none under 1,000 coins for him. And then the next day, there'll be some for him that are 500 or 600 coins, then none on the market for him. So it depends on which day. Now, as we're talking about, let's talk about the best times. So it's currently coming up to 8:30 in the UK. New content gets released at 6 PM in the UK for anybody that's not in the UK. So what that means is we usually get new SBCs, and the new SBCs usually come with the likes of, you know, completing an SBC like this one, where you get a mega pack. This one's untradeable, so this wouldn't have put any players onto the market, but this one would have put players onto the market if it was released today. That's only gold players though. That's a mega pack and a rare Electrum Players pack. I'm pretty sure an Electrum Players pack contains more than just gold. I may be wrong because I'm not a pack expert, but when you get these players, but from 6 PM in the UK, you basically have like a 2 or 3 hour period where you can keep going and checking your concept squads, and eventually a player is going to get listed where it's been undercut someone else for a couple hundred coins. And as we already mentioned, a couple hundred coins overall isn't going to make a big difference on one player, but if you're building 9 squads of 11 players, let's say you buy 5 players for 500 coins less than you should, that's 2,500 coins saved. If you do that 9 times, that's like 20,000 coins almost saved, if I've done my maths correctly there. So it's very important to try to pick these up at the right time. Don't try and do this. If you're in the UK, don't try and do this SPC at like 3 in the morning. There's going to be barely any players listed onto the market unless there was, for some reason, a random pack released at 3 AM in the morning or some rewards. Or actually, if there are squad battle rewards, because I think they're released at 1 AM on Sunday nights. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is how to build the concept squads. You might have noticed here that I've gone specifically for the same league, apart from actually this guy, but there's an exception for that, and that's because he's Argentinian. So every player here is either Argentinian or from the Argentinian league, and the reason why is because it is so easy to build these teams and get full chemistry on them. The last thing you want to be doing is trying to snipe the cheapest players, getting a weird combination of players, and then going to complete the SBC and you've only got 93 chemistry because, you know, one player's got a dead link. So this way you're always going to get full chemistry. Most players are going to get strong links, especially if they're from, you know, the Argentinian league. But then if we go to the first 4 squads, group 1, 2 and 3, you'll notice that all of these players are actually mostly from the Colombian league and are from Colombia. So it makes chemistry so easy. Most of these players, I think, are on 10 chemistry, which is usually very hard to do. Well, not very hard to do without a first owner or manager, but it's because they don't have any dead links or any like weak links that they're able to get that, and it just makes these so easy. But what you want to do is probably go for the Colombian league for the lower rated squads, because generally the Colombian players are lower rated, and then the Argentinian players, generally speaking, are a little bit higher rated. So when you're completing those teams, let's have a quick look at the requirements again. You'll see here that you have to use max player quality of silver, which we already mentioned, and then here there is no minimum or max on what player quality is, but you do need a minimum requirement of at least 70 rated. So then that's why we've built squads that are basically Argentinian, because they're on average at least, like, you know, start at like 74 to like 80 rated or 78 rated. So it's really easy to complete all of these squads like that. And then finally you have the Argentina one, where you guys can build whatever squad you like. There's actually a lot of different ways to build it, but my concept squad is a combination of different players. So if we go to that real quick, Argentinian Libertadores, as you can see, that this is our starting squad, which would get full chemistry. A lot of these players will pack from like season 5, like random packs or untradeable packs you just get given, like 1 player packs, for example. A lot of these players are really easy. None of them are rare, like super rare to find. And also, for example, like here it could be any left back that is from the Liga BBVA, as long as, well, La Liga Santander, as long as they're at least 75 rated. And then also the goalkeeper can be also anyone that is at least 81 rated that is from La Liga Santander. So it gives me a few options just in case one player is specifically getting price fixed at like 1,200 coins. I can just switch to another player and buy him for like 800 coins. But overall, guys, it's one of the first times I've done some help on the trading side of things to do with the SBC methods. It's not the first time I've done it in FIFA in general, just on FIFA 20. If this has helped you in any way at all, please remember to drop a like on the video and let me know in the comments, because what I want to do next is actually talk you through how the best way to do bronze pack method is as well, because there are a few ways to do the bronze pack methods. It's not just a simple thing of like, you know, opening bronze packs and selling everything that sells. That's one way you can do it, but there are multiple ways of doing it to get more out of the bronze pack method. So I think I'm going to do a video soon if this one goes down quite well. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I have done this now a couple of times, as we said at some point in this video. I'm going to probably do it at least one more time to get the Cardozo, but it's obviously a repeatable thing, so I'm going to use these players to complete, you know, Player Moment Sandro or some of the other SBCs that get released, and then we can just recycle this over and over again until obviously EA changes something. They sometimes do if they find that people are profiting too much from something. So let me know how you get on with this. Obviously, I'll try to answer your comments if you have any questions about this trading method. Let me know in the comments. And also, quick shout out, you can join my Discord as well. I'm online most of the day, so if you have any questions, or even if I'm not online, there are people in the Discord that can help you out straight away rather than posting a comment on YouTube. The Discord link will be at the top of the description. But anyway, guys, I will catch you later. Bye-bye.